I was reading one of Buddha's quotations, and that really intrigued me, which I would like to share with all of you here. Happiness is a choice, not a result. Nothing will make you happy unless you choose to be happy. No person will make you happy unless you decide to be happy. Your happiness will not come to you, it can only come from you. I, Nidhi Mathur, on behalf of Teaching Learning Center, Ramanujan College, graciously welcome you all to the inauguration function of the online 6 months refresher course in happiness, Strategies to Reset Our Sources of Happiness. Let me also tell you that this is our third batch under School of Happiness. According to Aristotle, happiness comprises of achieving, through the course of a whole of lifetime, all the goods, including health, wealth, knowledge, friends, that lead to the perfection of human nature and to the enrichment of human life. Happiness is the state of well being, but where does this well being come from? Humans tend to seek happiness from the outside world. We all work hard for career, financial stability, and relationships with others. But what about working on oneself? Peace may be considered as the ultimate source of happiness. So, how can one build a peaceful relationship with self, especially in the times like these, where everything seems so uncertain outside? It becomes crucial to understand that fortunately, we can all have the power over internal system of control. For this, we need to open our horizons and expose ourselves to the knowledge inside out. Let's learn together how we can manage things within ourselves that might provide us ultimate happiness and peace and make us skillful to help others do the same. Throughout this course, we plan to achieve the following objectives of promoting awareness of the humane orientation of happiness and morality. Cultivate the wisdom needed to achieve a universal sense of happiness. Teach, learn, and train through practical exercises in the art of happiness. Cultivate happiness, environment of love, respect, and purpose. Study the discourses and practice the guidelines of the discourse daily. Understand clearly the context, content, and canons of the pursuit. Identify, feel the importance of, and apply the discourses and principles. Explain, share, experiment, and illustrate the doctrines and principles. And lastly, create peace and happiness doctors, chief happiness officers. Ramanujan College, under the stewardship of our able principal, Professor S.P. Agarwal Sir, has conducted innumerable enrichment programs, be it faculty development programs, faculty induction programs, refresher courses, or executive development programs. I now request Principal Sir, Professor S.P. Agarwal, to welcome the participants by saying a few words. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Nidhi. Good morning. And once again, welcome to everyone who is with us, our colleagues, our participants, our guests, everyone. Once again, I wish everyone a very, very happy Teachers' Day. It's a very auspicious day to start this course on happiness. My colleague, Dr. T.K. Mishra, Mr. Jagannath, Anshika, Nidhi, Suraj, all other people who are with us in this program and the participants. Well, first of all, once again, welcome. And why this course on happiness? That is important. Well, Nidhi just defined you the happiness. But do you think can we define happiness? It's really very difficult to define. Or I should say we should not define, because everybody has a way to gain happiness, to acquire happiness, to lead a happy life. You know, because it may be different for me, it may be different for T.K. Mishra ji, it may be different for Nidhi, it may be different for any one of us. So very difficult to define. Well, today is a Teacher's Day. If we see the life of Shri Radha Krishnan ji, who, was our second president of the country, and on whose birthday honor we celebrate this Teacher's Day, because he was a very, very dedicated teacher. Not only a teacher, he was an educationist, philosopher, thinker, writer, everything, all kind of qualities. That's how you, value these people, like we value Mahatma Gandhi, like we value, there are so many, people, philosopher, which we value. Why we value them? Because they had certain qualities inherent in them. And now how they acquired these qualities and how we as a learner can acquire those qualities, that is very important. But what I'm trying to say here is, it is not that, what I'm saying, what Radhakrishnan said, what Mahatma Gandhi said, you all acquire that. It may be something different, which may be much, much better than what they said to you. Well, today itself in the newspaper, in a Hindi newspaper, I was reading that his book, Satya Ki Khoj, Discovery of Truth. ये इस तरह की किताब महात्मा गांधी ने भी लिखी. But he has also written a book on Satya Ki Khoj. And what he said, if we try to understand the philosophy of, philosophy of happiness, or philosophy of anything, because philosophy, darshan shastra, ek hamare liye subject hai, everybody, knows that is one of the subject, but every one of us do not study that. But everything which we study has a philosophy. Everything which we do has a philosophy, involved philosophy, but we don't realize that everything is a philosophy. So if we understand the philosophy, if we, obey the philosophy, then there is no question of failure, bitterness, unhappiness, difficulties, then we will not have these things in our mind. Why we have these things? Because, either we are too materialistic, or we, do not follow the principles of our life, or the principles of the philosophy, or we are fascinated by the outside world. We are too fascinated by Europeans or Americans, or, maybe anyone who is richer than us, or maybe your own, neighborhood person. Like, I keep on feeling that my neighbor has 10 cars, he has 10 servants, and, this, that, and I do not have. And I started, feeling that, unnecessarily leading myself to unhappiness rather than happiness. So what I'm trying to say here is that basically, each one of us gets something from somebody else, some value system. Now, it really does not matter that what kind of value system we take. And it can be from the lowest person or a highest person. It also does not matter. I feel that, yes, I will take everything from Mahatma Gandhi or, Radha Krishna. It may not. Maybe I can take from my own servant, or maybe I can take from one of my lowest employee. Maybe he might have something which is different, which can teach me something, or which can change my mindset. So another important thing, Radha Krishnan said that whenever I meet my students or fellow colleagues, students, or anybody else in the society, then I try that people should know about spiritualism. If I can bring them something of spiritualism, moral values, ethical values, if I can give some of it in the classroom, my work is over, my teaching is over. So it is not necessary that if I'm teaching finance, Mishra ji is teaching, economics, Does not mean that only thing is teaching economics or teaching finance will achieve the purpose. Our purpose is to make every student a good human being. So how to do that? It may be through the teaching of economics, I can achieve that value. I can achieve that spiritualism, that value system, that moral values, the life skills, or whatnot. So it is the duty of each and every teacher how to connect that with that subject, in order to achieve the broader goal of making good human beings or a happy human beings, or we call them character building in the nation. If we can partly achieve that, and this can only be done with the help of pure mind and pure heart. Very important, pure mind and pure heart. Unless until you have dedication, you have commitment, you have passion for something, you cannot achieve that. It is very difficult. When I feel sad about anything or anything going on around me or in the family or in the institution, I start watching the games, maybe cricket, maybe football, maybe anything which fascinates me and which keep me away from everything. Don't you think that creates another value system, that you get away from those things and do something else which fascinates you? Of course, the important thing is which fascinates you, which you like. That is extremely important. Similarly, I start walking more and more. I start doing physical activity more and more in order to, come over my stress levels. So you will feel after a while, maybe 2 hours, 4 hours, things will be much, much better. Or maybe in a one day. See, getting stressed is always not bad. Getting too much stress is bad. You keep on repeating the same thing is bad. What I'm trying to say here is that, friends, you have to act in such a way, or you have to do such actions which brings happiness to you. It can be any very, very small thing. It can be very, very big thing, or it can be anything which can do it. Yes, we can really, Mishra ji has done wonderful job being an expert in that area. But let me tell you, we can only give you the concept. We can give you some of the examples. We can give you maybe some of the text material, but everything depends upon you, how you practice it. That is important, because this course will give you an exposure, of course, but that cannot make you happy. Let me tell you very clearly. So with this, once again, thank you very much for inviting me. And I'm sure this course for 6 months will go very smoothly, because what Dr. Mishra has tried to combine the students and faculty in this course so that they can sit together and discuss. So this is the USP of this program. And I'm sure the program will be very, very successful in times to come. And our basic purpose is not to make money out of it. Purpose is to make the society happy and to do something for society at large. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Next, I take this immense pleasure to invite Professor T.K. Mishra, sir, Director for Center of Ethics and Values and School of Happiness. I request you, sir, to address the audience and explain to them the reason for starting the School of Happiness, as well as explain to them all the modules that they would be studying throughout this 6 months course. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Nidhi. I think our principal has set the tone, and you also initiated so well. Okay. I would like to tell the principal that under his dynamic leadership, we are building a life of love, light, and leisure. Under the leadership the guiding spirit is certainly our principle since beginning, and we think that we would be able to make some difference. We are trying a variety of interventions. We have experts of music, we have experts of political science, we have experts of history, commerce, we have a storyteller also. So from various dimensions, various angles, we are trying to address this issue. Okay, and this I would say a word about value. What do you mean by values? I was reading a book by Jay Shetty, Think Like a Monk. It's a wonderful book, and he said that whatever we expect, whatever we appreciate in our friend, whatever we look for in our relative or something like that, the qualities that we look for, in fact, those qualities are your values. Let those values be your, ethical GPS, which can guide you in all your activities, all your behavior. We are offering you the piece of knowledge in such a way that you accept it voluntarily, with your sweet will. It's not a course which is going to, put additional burden on you to understand concepts and things like that. We would like to offer you in such a way that it is like a prasad, offering of a temple, so that you sweetly accept and make it as a part of your life. And then of your life understanding. The highest level of knowledge is the knowledge out of your own experience, experiential learning. And then how do you evaluate your life? The purpose, the meaning of life, that we are going to explain here. And of course, the sensibilities, your emotional well-being. Okay? You should have concern for your fellow human being and then the society and all these things. Then only you can have a true and lasting happiness. There are two things. One is freedom and another is security. You cannot have both. If there is a lot of security, then your freedom is curtailed. And if you have absolute freedom, then you are insecure. So both you cannot have. But there is a way out. This school of happiness has found that if you have responsible freedom, then you can have freedom as well as security. Okay? If your conduct is such, if you are following a value system, then of course, if you're not jumping the red light, then no one can challan. Okay? So your conduct can get you freedom as well as security. Okay? Because the same source of insecurity will become a source of security if your conduct is such. The same person who is a dangerous person will give you protection that no, she's my sister, no one can touch her. But that depends upon the conduct. That we have to earn our freedom. This freedom was earned through non-violence, the value system. Non-violence is one of our values. We earned freedom. That is why we are sustaining like this. If you have ethically earned something out of your hard work, if you have achieved, good learning, and you have made it to an IS or you have scored 90%, that out of honest labor, if you get 90%, that will give you happiness. That will solve all your problems. Not by who can cook. Okay, our youngsters do not understand these important things. Okay. Well, I was talking about Sonia University of Harvard. She has beautifully explained the happiness strategies. In that, she has written a book, How of the Happiness, a wonderful book, How of the Happiness. Now, in that, she says that 50% of whether you will be happy or not depends upon your genes. Genetically, you are meant. I mean, you will find many people very chirpy, very jovial. They will have a lot of humor. So genetically, they have got. So 50% is dependent upon that particular factor. Okay? Set points. They are set points. 10% is, the circumstances, the life happenings. Okay, if you are born in a Ambani family, naturally, and all the favorable circumstances you have, you will remain happy. It is 40%, 40% which is vacant and which depends upon your intentional activities, your behavior, your conduct that can get you happiness. The entire school of happiness is trying to work on this 40%, which is controllable. Others are uncontrollable, but this is very controllable. So we are trying to work on this, and let me tell you, I mean, in everyone's mind, there is Afghanistan, Taliban, there is Pandavas and Kauravas, there is India and Pakistan fighting with each other. What is the solution? The solution is values. Value system has to be in place. That will resolve peace. That will bring peace of mind also in you, okay, individually also. We are generally very upset, okay. So as our principal said, that the fight between Kauravas and Pandavas, let us resolve it through values and let us become 105 so that external forces are not able to disturb you and you win over the society and set an example and solve the problems of society. So a lot of things are there. And lastly, I would like to mention that not many people have responded to our call. Okay, wonderful. Those who have come, most welcome. Those who have not been able to respond, our full sympathy, empathy with them, our best of luck for them. You know what happens that the moment, people hear about values, ethics, morality, that brings a stress in their mind. Had it been a simple happiness activity, then maybe they would have been attracted, but they are not able to really digest the concept of values, ethics, which unfortunately, these are the actual source of happiness, which will give you lasting happiness, which you don't realize. We have we have very much tested. I have tested in my life. Our all colleagues are fully convinced with this idea, and together we are going to make a mark. I have full faith in our friends, and I have full faith in our leadership and in the institution also. And we are bent upon doing better and better. So, I mean, as Nidhi said, that we are going to create, the peace and happiness doctor. Okay, this is a great thing. We cannot have many people in that. We can only have, this is a premier course. And in this premier course, we can hardly have 20, 25 students, where we can have personal, individual attention, personal interaction also. Okay, because you are going to develop ability to create peace in someone's mind, to make someone happier. You are going to be a doctor of that. So how can we have a mass, participation? We can be very selective. I'm very lucky, and I welcome all the participants who have joined, and with full fervor, with full excitement, enthusiasm. You should look forward, and you should first of all thank yourself that you took a wonderful decision of joining this course, and we would also be highly obliged by learning from you. And I think we together we will make it a success. Thank you. I'm sorry I took more time than allotted, but that is what I felt like sharing with you. Thank you, Nidhi, for giving the time.
Thank you so much, sir. Moving ahead to the next segment of the inauguration session, we have today with us our pillars of support, our resource persons today for this refresher program. And I would like to invite them one by one to say a few words with all the audience here. Firstly, I would like to invite Dr. Nagendra Pal sir from the Commerce Department. He is one of the resource persons. And I would like to invite you, Nagendra sir, to say a few words about the course as well as share your experience with all the participants here. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Nidhi. आई थिंक गागर में सागर का काम जो है प्रिंसिपल सर और मिश्रा सर ने बहुत डिटेल में बताया और अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस जो थे सर ने भी वो बताए और मिश्रा सर ने भी ये बताया कि कैसे हम इस प्रोग्राम को आगे बढ़ाएंगे, 6 मंथ में पूरा करेंगे। आज एक महत्वपूर्ण विषय के रूप में जो उभर कर आया है वो हमारा जो है हैप्पीनेस कोर्स है। हर एक जगह जो है वो हैप्पीनेस कोर्स की बात की जा रही है कि भाई तो इसका मतलब ये है कि भाई हैप्पीनेस जो है आज के टाइम में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट विषय के रूप में सामने आया है। आजकल अगर हम देखें तो एक कॉमन सी चीज जो वही हमारे सामने आती है कि हैप्पीनेस, और हर एक इंसान, वो चाहे बच्चा हो, चाहे बड़ा हो, चाहे हम टीचर्स हैं, चाहे एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर है, हर एक आदमी जो है उस हैप्पीनेस के हर एक स्टेज में हम उस हैप्पीनेस को चाहते हैं, खुशी को चाहते हैं। तो उस खुशी की तलाश में हम हमेशा ही यही चाहते हैं कि भाई हमें वो खुशी कहाँ मिले, व्हाट इज द सीक्रेट ऑफ दिस हैप्पीनेस। तो मुझे ये लग रहा है कि इस कोर्स में जो हम अभी जो आगे पढ़ेंगे उसमें हम सस्टेनेबल हैप्पीनेस या वैल्यू बेस्ड हैप्पीनेस के बारे में बात करेंगे। और जो सबसे महत्वपूर्ण विषय इसमें जो रहेगा वो ये रहेगा कि भाई वैल्यू बेस्ड हैप्पीनेस, वैल्यू बेस्ड हैप्पीनेस जो है वो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है, वो सस्टेन, और इसी के विषय के बारे में हम इसमें बात करेंगे। और स्टोरी टेलिंग के माध्यम से भी जो है वो क्लासेस में बताया जाएगा कि किस तरह से स्टोरी टेलिंग भी एक माध्यम है जिससे हम जो है अपने जीवन में बहुत सारी अच्छी चीजें जो है उससे लर्न कर सकते हैं।
Next, I would like to invite Dr. Anshika Agarwal, who is also the convener of this executive development program, and she is from the Department of Commerce. I request Dr. Anshika to say a few words. Dr. Anshika?
Yeah, thank you, Nidhi. Very good morning to all the dignitaries, colleagues, participants, and guests present today. First of all, a very happy Teachers' Day to you all. The motive behind this course is to create value-based happiness, as Sir discussed, to understand the importance of all the emotions, whether happy, sad, disturbed, or any emotions, how to deal with them and to enjoy them all. As Sir very well said that sad emotions, fear emotions also boost up. It's okay to be sad, but it's not okay to be over, like thinking about something and letting yourself get drawn into it. As in life, we can't skip the changes. As very well said, that change is the only thing which is permanent. So here we try to learn how to adapt changes, how to deal with different circumstances. With this, hoping to have a great journey with you all, and we together will grow. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anshika. I now invite Mr. Vikas Kumar, co-convener of this program. He's from the Department of History. Mr. Vikas?
Thank you, Nidhi. A very warm welcome to all of you, and a very happy teachers. As you can see in the background as well, I have put a poster. So as you have heard so many things, our principal, our vice principal, and our resource persons have said so many things. I would like to contribute in the field of history, that how in history people from different perspectives have tried to achieve happiness in their own ways. I would talk about certain personalities in history who have done a lot of work in this regard. We can talk about Mahatma Buddha, we can talk about so many philosophers from the West as well, and from the Eastern value system as well. As you have heard that value-based system, value-based happiness would be tried to be achieved in this course. Not only this, we will try out some exercises. We will try out some kind of practices which can be very helpful in coping up with all those things. And I would say best of luck to all of you. And in the class, as we are running out of time right now, and so many people have to speak, I will say I will be meeting you in the class, and will be talking about all the things that have to be done in them. So all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vikas.
While I request the organizing secretary of the course, as well as one of our resource person, Ms. Nidhi Mato, to say a few words.
Thank you, Dr. Anshika. Well, I remember in one of the meetings of the School of Happiness, Mishra sir had asked this question to each one of us. What does happiness mean to you as an individual? And I remember telling this to everyone that happiness for me would be when others derive it from my behavior work. So unless and until I remain happy, I won't be able to keep others happy. So being sad and happy are the two different sides of the same coin. You can be sad at one point of time and you can be happy at the other moment. But what matters is the transition time that you take from being sad to being happy until what time you can remain happy. See, no one wants to remain sad. So we must find ways and opportunities to keep ourselves happy. For me, happiness would be listening to good music and doing what I can feel makes me happy. And in fact, research has also shown that listening to good music reduces anxiety, blood pressure, stress levels. So, in the end, I would like to say that success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you're doing, you will be definitely successful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nidhi. Sir has joined back. So I request Jagannath sir, one of our very eminent resource person, to kindly address the audience. Over to you, sir.
So thank you very much for inviting me to this very auspicious day, that is Teachers' Day. And I also welcome all the participants, the organizers. Nothing can make you happy until you choose to be happy, because happiness is a choice, not a result. So our School of Happiness is going to also to help build you the sort of attitude. The school will build a sort of an attitude in you, how to look at life, how to look at relations, how to look at friends, and how to look at material things, and how to look at even bad people and good people. So you have to build an attitude so that you can make yourself happy. So half of our happiness, half of our unhappiness we earn by expecting good things from wrong people. And the other half we earn by detecting wrong things in the good people. So how to change your attitude and how to look at the people you come across. How to build an attitude, how to form opinion about people, you have to learn from the School of Happiness. Always think that nobody is good, nobody is bad. You think everybody is good. And badness, or a person becomes bad out of the circumstances he comes across, and a person becomes good because of his company and his surroundings. Build that attitude, and our School of Happiness will give you that attitude, and you will find yourself at peace and happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Next, I would like to invite Miss Sanskriti. And Miss Sanskriti is from the corporate industry, and she would like to share her views about the happiness course with all of you. Miss Sanskriti, can we hear from you? Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everyone, and a very happy Teachers' Day to all the wonderful teachers out there. And a big thank you to all the students for supporting us and making us what we are today. So, just a brief introduction. So, I work as a project lead with Data Leads, where I manage the different media literacy projects of Google and BBC News. And I'm really thankful that I've got this chance to teach in the happiness course. So, as briefed by Sir and other team members, this course explains about value-based happiness. And my lectures will be purely based on experiential learning. And I'll be discussing about the basic concept, and then we'll be doing several activities related to that. The classes will be interactive and will give you an opportunity to express your views and share your experiences, listen to others' experiences, my experiences, and eventually we'll together learn the mantras of how to lead a happy life. Also, lastly, I just want to say that happiness is a conscious choice that we all have to make each day, and not really forget to thank God for all His blessings. I'm sure at the end of this course, you will definitely see a change in your perspective of looking at challenges in the life, and eventually you'll see that just changing the perspective helps us lead a happy life. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sanskriti. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Suraj from the Department of Philosophy. Mr. Suraj.
Thank you, Nidhi ma'am. Good afternoon and namaskar to everyone. Uh, I'm not going to tell you about the course exactly because the name is more than enough. Because when we say that School of Happiness, then it has some different and applied meaning. It is not a course something like that is 6 months development course on microeconomics or artificial intelligence. So I think that the participants who have joined this particular course, then just because of the name, and because the happiness for me, I think that happiness, it is felt from within. It is not communicated. So I would request to all the participants to join the class, to take the class regularly, and to feel this particular moment of happiness. So happiness, when you are in the class, you will feel happiness, and it is not something that I can say you that this particular thing is happiness.
Meanwhile, I would invite Ms. Ishwini, and she is from the Department of Music. So, Ms. Ishwini, can we have a few words from you?
Uh, Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting. And I would like to say Happy Teachers Day to all the teachers present there and who have been part of my journey and who taught me till the date. And the happiness course, I've joined this course like in last semester, last June or July, and I had opportunity to share my experiences from music and from my life, opportunity to share with one and all. And as Nidhi ma'am said, Chaudhary sir also said that happiness is a choice. But you know what? In this world, in this gig world, it's very difficult to choose happiness. We can say that choose happiness or stay happy, but teaching or guiding how we can choose the happiness, that is the other story, which I'll be sharing with you all. That is my personal experience, and I hope like within 6 months you'll know and you will practice and you will get that sustainability in your life. And with the help of music, I'll be deriving all the energies, and I'll make sure that I'll drive all the energy and the positivity amongst you all. And it will be very interactive session. I'll listen to what you have to say and share your experiences. I'll share my experiences. And through this in this introduction, and I like to sing a song. I like to dedicate a song to the energy to all of us, and uh, to the divine energy, which is actually we can feel, we all can feel it here. And this song and this rag that has been taught by my teacher, that is my mother, I would like to dedicate it now. Uh, my I don't have you know I have a sore throat, so please bear with me. Hmm. आज इबादत, आज इबादत रूबरू हो गई, जो मांगी थी, जो मांगी थी, उस दुआ से गुफ्तगू हो गई। मेरे मौला, मेरे मौला, मेरे मौला, मेरे मौला, तेरा शुक्रिया, तेरा शुक्रिया. So I want to thank everybody for the song. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ishwini. That was indeed a very beautiful rag. Lastly, I would like to invite Mr. Sumit Sohag, and he will be the resource person for this refresher course, and he is from the accounts department, one of our organizing team members as well. Over to you, Mr. Sumit.
Thank you, Nidhi, and good morning to all, and a very happy Teachers' Day to all the gurus, all the teachers who are associated in this program. In this course, I am going to connect with all of you, and I am going to share my experiences, real life. I will connect with the real life example, what I have in my journey. Actually, I face some problems and how I overcome. So I'll connect with the real examples, and I'll also more be focused towards value-based education, because this program is totally not only about happiness, but it merely more focused on value-based and ethic-based happiness. Yesterday, actually, I was watching a video of a journalist. He said that everywhere when I was covering that, every news channels, newspaper is loaded with negativity, with terrorism. But one of his relative actually lost his life because his mental pressure, because he was watching, he was watching Corona news, so he lost his life actually. So he initiated himself that now he will cover only news, but he will extract some positivity from that news always. So my focus will be that I will more incline towards how you will take out the positivity from different situations, so that life will be enjoyable and more happy.
Thank you, Mr. Sumit. We have with us another resource person, Ms. Shreya Sinha. Ms. Shreya, are you there with us? Yes.
Good morning, everyone. My journey in School of Happiness began as a student, and from there, I am a resource person now. Thanks to all the teachers, and I wish them a very happy Teachers' Day. And I would be rather sharing my personal experience, that how it has changed my perspective as a person, and bring out it helped me out bringing out the more positive side of the life, and that is the only thing that I would be sharing in this course. So thank you, ma'am, and thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shreya. So I can see a few queries from the participants. So yes, it will be a self-paced course like the other FDPs and FIPs that we have been doing on the LMS. So the third batch will be on the learning management system, the portal as well. Like I said, the first two batches were conducted in the offline mode, but owing to the pandemic, the current batch will be in the online mode. We hope that you will take this course not just because you want to learn about the theories of how to live a happier life, but also because you personally want to live a happier life and make even others happy. So each week you will be assigned a set of questions and activities to do each day. They are aimed at developing your habits. Research also suggests that if you do them as prescribed, you should definitely get a boost in your mood, happiness, and overall well being. So the on-demand format allows you to take the course at your own pace. As you'll see in the discourses, research shows that increasing our own happiness and well-being takes daily intentional effort over long periods of time. So, with the permission of the dignitaries, I think we can conclude this inauguration function. And if there is anything to be discussed by anyone, then the floor is open. Otherwise, we can close this inauguration session.